Hey guys, Ben, Pro Se Coach here in Texas. Wanted to do a quick video about a question I get asked a lot, and that is, what is the difference between exhibits and evidence? So it's kind of easy once you get your arms around it. So you're typing up a motion, and let's say our motion is for modification. It doesn't really matter because it's all the same process, but we're working on a motion for modification. And as part of it, we're saying, that the kids need to come live with me or whatever. And so with that, I've got a bunch of text messages. Let's use that as an example. Text messages of, my ex saying, yeah, the kids need to come live with you. Or I can't handle the kids. Or the kids keep screaming about how they want to be with you. Whatever the case may be. Those are exhibits. Okay? So as I'm typing up my modification motion, and I put in there, that my ex, respondent, being my ex, respondent has, repetitively stated that it would be best for the children to live with petitioner. See Exhibit A. Okay? And then we're going to smack that text message onto the end of the document. In order to do that, you repeat that for each exhibit that you want to attach. Let's say your ex got pulled over and has her 5th DUI. Okay, we're going to put the police reports, see Exhibit B, C, D, etc. Whatever it is that you feel like adds some credibility to your argument would be an exhibit. But in order to do it, right, we've got our motion, let's say it's 5 pages long, and we're going to put our cursor on the very last place that we can at the end of the document. And then we're going to hit enter a few times. We're going to create a new blank page, right? And in the middle of that blank page, in really big, giant, size 50 font, we're going to put Exhibit A. And then we're going to hit enter a bunch more times again. We're making a new blank page. Boom. We're going to paste in our exhibit. Okay? So we just rinse and repeat. So, as you can imagine, when this thing is printed out and is handed to the judge, he's going to, be able to go through our 5 or 6 page document, and then he's going to see Exhibit A, cover page, right? Turn the page. There's our exhibit. Okay, so it's the same thing for enforcements or anything else that you do. Exhibits are the documents that you're hooking to your motion. Now, one word of warning about exhibits. Let's say you've got 10, text messages or 10 pictures or, 10 things that back up your point. I don't like to put all 10 things on there, because one thing you need to remember is that your ex or your opponent or whatever is going to have an opportunity to review this document well in advance, weeks before your hearing. That gives this person time to sit down and kind of think, okay, well, how could I change the narrative of what I really said in this text message? I didn't really mean that, the kids would be better off with you. I was being dramatic, all right, something like that. But it gives them a lot of time to create or to, lessen the impact of your exhibit. So what I like to do, tell people, is like, look, you got 10 texts? Great. Let's put 3 of them as exhibits. That adds enough credibility for my judge to go, this person has repetitively said the same thing. Now, your opponent, of course, is going to spend a few weeks sitting down and poking holes in those 3 exhibits that you've brought. Okay, so that takes us to our next point. What is the evidence? Evidence is what we submit into court. Okay, that's where our 7 other messages are going to be introduced. So evidence happens during testimony. So you put your ex on the stand and you say, look, have you ever said that you think the kids should come live with me? And okay, so your ex, remembering that your ex has seen those 3 text messages, she's going to go, yeah, stupid. I was being dramatic and I was having a rough day and the kids were making me nuts and I was just blabbing on. All right, fine. However, Your Honor, I'd like to introduce into evidence another text that wasn't part of the exhibits. Okay, and then we're going to give it to our ex. We're going to make this person confirm it. And in order to do that, you say, is that your phone number at the top? Is that my phone number at the bottom? Does this look like a text between us? Yes. Okay, Your Honor, I'd like to enter this into evidence. And then now, hey, X, read this one for us. It says, I'm not kidding and I'm not overwhelmed and I really mean what I'm saying. The kids should come live with you. Remember, she didn't see this one, right? Because it wasn't on our motion. Okay? So, now we've got this into evidence. And we can ask these questions point blank on the stand under oath. You can bring in your exhibits as evidence, okay? So they can be used for both. So I hope this is making sense. Exhibits are things to add credibility to your motion itself. They can also be brought in as evidence. However, there is a differentiation there. Sometimes I've seen people hook exhibits that they know won't get, the court will not accept them as evidence. Okay? Things sometimes like doctor's reports or, it's hard to come up with examples, some picture that's hard to confirm really what's, who took the picture or where they are or something like that. But they'll hook them as exhibits just in the hopes that, your judge is a person, right? And what they see, they can't unsee. What they read, they can't unread. So you put some doctor's note that you probably wouldn't be able to get in as evidence. You hook it as an exhibit. Your judge reads it. It says, doctor says X is crazy as hell. We're not going to get it in as evidence, but you know what? Your judge just read it. And we're just hoping that maybe he's like, well, that's interesting. I'd like to hear more. So that's the difference between exhibits and evidence. So they're same, but they're different. And they're used for two different things. And so hopefully that helps a little bit. I, again, am Pro Se Coach. My name is Ben Schooley. You can find me anytime at prosecoachtx.com. I also have the first and only Pro Se University I started recently. This has been just a lot of fun for a lot of people. You can find that at the website where you can take a variety of courses, kind of similar to this, just with much more comprehensive videos, documents, examples, all sorts of stuff that can help you do most anything you want to do in family law without wasting tens of thousands of dollars on lawyers. There is nothing in family law that requires a lawyer. Nothing. You can do all of it. I know it's overwhelming. I know it's scary, but I tell you what, you can do it just the same as millions of other people before you've done it if you'll take the time to learn. And I'm here to walk through every single step of that with you if you want me to, or I can teach you via the university. So I hope to hear from you. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great week.